So we've got simple interest and compound interest, and you have to read the problem in order to know which one you're doing. So it'll say in the words of the problem whether you're doing simple interest or compound interest. So we're going to start with simple interest. So Elvira put $7,000 in the bank at 9% simple interest. How much money did she get when she withdrew her money after 2 years? So first of all, $7,000, that's your money. You put it in the bank. So I just want to know what I make in interest after, let's do first 1 year. All right. So first of all, 9% is what decimal? 0.9? Okay, 0.9 is 90%, so 0.09 is 9%. So of $7,000, this is how much we're going to make in interest. So 0.09 times 7,000 is $630. I got this one. All right. So 630 bucks we made in 1 year. Now on the second year, when you're doing simple interest, you do the same thing. We're going to do 9% again of our initial investment, which is the $7,000. Okay. And that's another $630. So anytime you're doing simple interest, you're taking the same percent of always what you first put in the bank. All right, so of always the $7,000. So now it says, how much money does she have at the end when she withdrew? So first of all, I want to answer 2 questions. So first question is, how much interest did we make? Okay, so total interest would be $630 plus $630. So this was not our money, we made it in interest. So 0 and 0, 6. All right, so we made $1,260 in interest. So sometimes the book is going to ask for what you made in interest, and sometimes they're going to ask for the total that you have at the end, which is what this problem asks for. So the total at the end, what do I need to add to that 1,260? Yeah, the $7,000 we initially put in the bank. That was our money to begin with, right? Nope. So at the end, we have $8,260 that we made. All right, so, yeah, I got it. All right, so now we're going to do another simple interest problem, but this time we're going to go for 3 years instead of 2 years. So Maria deposited $800 at 8% simple interest. At the end of 3 years, she will have how much money? So first year, we're going to do 8% of 800. So 8% is what decimal? Good. And we're going to multiply it by 800. So we make $64. Okay. And then the second year, we're going to do another. Okay, we always do it of our initial amount when we're doing simple interest. So we made another $64. And this time we're doing a third year. So we made another $64. So how much did we make just in interest? You could add 64, 64, 64, or you could do 64 times 3. What did you get, Randy? Okay, we made $192. So how much total money do we have in the bank? Well, we initially invested $800. We made that much in interest, so we're just going to add our initial investment, and we made $992. Not we made, sorry, we have that much in our account, okay, at the end. All right, compound interest. So how much would Elvira's $7,000 be worth in 2 years if it had been deposited at 9% interest compounded annually? When you see this word here, compounded, you know that we're not doing it the simple way. Okay, simple interest is the simple way. This one is compounding, so it's going to get a little harder each year. So first year is the same, what we did before. So we have 9%, so that's 0.09, and we invested $7,000. So we did this one already. That was 630 bucks, right? Okay, so here's where it changes. Now, on year 2, instead of doing 9% of 7,000, we're going to do 9% of the total from year 1. At the end of year 1, how much money do we have with interest? Good. So we added our initial investment and our first year's interest. This is going to be a better deal because if we do a 9% of 7,000, that's less money. Now we get to take 9% of our total from the end of the year, which is going to be more money each year. So we're taking a higher amount of money, same percent. We got to get accuracy. We need to double check. So now we do 9% of that, and we get 686. Whoops, 686.70. So you guys, with money, always round to 2 decimal places. When you start getting crazy decimals out here, we'll always round to the hundredths place because your pennies go out to the hundredths place. All right, so now now we're done because it was only 2 years, right? Now, when you add at the end, we already did the sum. This was what we had at the end of year 1. So to get our final answer, we just add these 2 numbers here, okay? And that's going to be our end of year 2. So you don't go back and add anything from the beginning. You already added that here. And now we add the interest from year 2. And Hanzo, what'd you get? You concur? You guys concur? We got that? All right, so there's our amount after 2 years. Hopefully, let's see. All right, compound interest. Okay, we're going to do one more, but this time we're going to go 3 years. Okay, make sure we can go 3 years. So how much money will $700 be worth in 3 years if the money is deposited at 9% interest compounded annually? So again, we see the word compounded. We have to add in between each year. So year 1. Kendra, what are we going to do for year 1? Very good. Okay. And Randy, what is that amount? Yeah, $63. That's how much we made in interest on year 1. Now, for year 2, we're going to take 9%, but this time of what number? Yep, 763. So again, you add in between steps. So we want to know what we had at the end of year 1. And our interest for year 2 would be what? Marcus? You guys agree? Okay, good. Now we got to go one more year. So this is the 3rd year. We're still taking 9%. But this time, we have to add these numbers together. So at the end of year 2, we had 763 plus the 6867. And anybody got it? Yep, Randy? 831.67. You guys agree? Yeah. Okay, good. Now we take the 9% of that, and this is the interest made in year 3. Anybody have 0.09 times 831.67? Caleb? You guys agree? Okay, good. Now, our final answer, you don't have to go back and add them all up. You only have to add this, because this was already our sum from year 2, plus our interest that we made in year 3, and this would be our total amount of money. Anybody got it? Aiden? Is that right, you guys? Okay, I hope we got this one.